Here we go. Oh, I forgot this part. You know, the people in the podcast format, they got to hear a lot more of the show than the people that watch the live stream. But the live stream people aren't going to know that either because we're not live yet.
They're going to hear about us mumble about the things we fucked up on.
Grumbly grumble cakes. I didn't even light my stogie yet. I'm still so silly. And we're now live. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say wayo.
Wayo.
I didn't really want you to do that.
Boom, boom, boom.
I was kidding. Please don't do that anymore ever again. Yeah, we're still getting stifled and choked by El YouTubeo or Facebooko. Here, let's do the intro back up again for the live stream people because all of them that would be seeing it aren't going to see it at all right now. There we go. There's the intro. I don't think it even plays the music anymore. I haven't figured out how to get that back going again. Did you just hurt yourself?
I sneezed.
Anyway, welcome to Vanishing Gates. I'm Jay, and this fella next to me, if you're watching the live stream, is...
what was that last week? Voluptuous?
I think you said voluptuous.
Well, I'm curvaceous this week.
I think Kirstie Alley would call it curvy. Oh, you said curvaceous? So
I'm
yeah,
curvaceous
it's the same
now.
thing.
The curvaceous Jack.
I don't care how much weight Kirstie Alley gains. She's still got a place in my heart.
Of course she does. She's funny as
Big
shit.
girls need loving, too. Kirstie, I'm married, but honestly... So it is the most wonderful time of year, as I like to call it. It is a season of miracles.
It sure is.
It is Halloween.
I have a headache, and I don't know what's going on.
I had a migraine the other day, dude. It floored me. So I had a mishap today.
Stopped.
Oh, yeah. We should probably tell everybody who we are.
It floored you again, did it?
Oh, dude. You don't even know. I got floored hard. So we are Vanishing Gates. We are a comedy / paranormal / true crime goofy shit podcast.
A lot of people aren't going to like us.
Yeah, I hope you have a good sense of humor. If you're offended by Norm Macdonald, you probably will not be a fan.
We rest on the side of comedy is sacrosanct and nothing.
I mean, we do.
Nothing is out of bounds.
I always take it seriously. If we have a guest on that wants to talk, I will take it completely professionally and seriously because I have respect for what other people think and feel and what, the human experience is. That's what I give a shit about. So it's cool to me to talk about these things. And that's why we do this show. I haven't even lit my cigar yet still. I said that twice now in the same podcast. Yep. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between we keep it professional. For
fuck's sake, folks, as long as you're watching the live stream or watching the video, I have a koozie over my finely crafted artisan water that says, I probe on the first date. So it's an alien, guys. It's an alien. It's actually 3 of them.
But we like to err on the side that, if you were to come in and do a show with us and speak your piece or give us a story or something like that, we would treat it like,
with absolute,
treat it with respect.
The utmost respect.
But if we're just talking about stuff we've researched or something we're doing, then that is us willing to make jokes. We aren't willing to make fun of people, for being out there and putting themselves out there.
We would never do that. Otherwise, we wouldn't host a paranormal talk show. It wouldn't get very popular. We are being stifled and squelched pretty hard still by
Hello and
Facebook. So if you're watching because we live stream on our Facebook page, Vanishing Gates, on Facebook, and we get hit pretty hard with the Zucker hammer.
Yeah, we have a tendency to say things they don't like. I told you one episode when we were talking about the Hollywood thing that I knew that was going to happen. When we mentioned Epstein, I knew that was going to happen. And when you mentioned the R word. That happens.
Speaking of which,
those are pretty much.
This just in on Epstein Watch update.
Ooh, Epstein Watch, my favorite part.
Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself.
Ooh,
yeah, he did that. That was quick. I didn't expect that seg. Actually, I hadn't planned it that way. Had it different in the show notes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm going to do that forever as my ode to Norm Macdonald. One of the funniest comedians we ever lost. I think he would have loved
doing that. What does it say? We have low FPS. Low FPS Russia.
I did possibly shoot a staple into our Cat 5 cable earlier today, realigning it with the house. But if you are having a hard time seeing our posts, and you're following us on that was loud again. If you're following us on Facebook, you have a hard time seeing the post. Just keep in mind, guys, you got to interact with us, or we will not be able to show you what we're doing.
Yeah, we don't.
We're trying to do more and more live shows more steadily because we miss doing them, and we love you guys so much, and we always have a good time. If you're joining us in chat, like James in chat, 4-year anniversary follower. Heck yeah, James.
Wow, we actually did someone hand those out, or did they automatically get that?
Facebook just posted it up as a 4-year anniversary follower. I'd never seen that before. That's new. That's new and exciting. Which doesn't surprise me. James has been around since the 5 years we've been. He's been here for 4 years. He actually finally jumped on.
Oh.
He's a good
Do
guy.
we have anyone for 5 years?
We
That's the
actually
question.
talked about a story about his family. His family had something to do with, I think it was a Bell UFO incident.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done so many shows at this point, and it's all so far back. So far
I
back.
can't even remember how many we've done. It's well over 100.
Yeah, we literally lost count, and we were like, well, we're not getting this back.
So
All
we
right.
are brought to you today by a couple of great sponsors.
I have a headache again, so.
You don't have to read it off. You can just talk about the first one. You know who that is already.
Ooh. We are sponsored by Manitoba's 2 Street.
Manitoba's True Street Music. If you were a musician, if you like pop, Funko Pop stuff,
Or if you just love getting lost in a forest
you'll
of
notice
amazing.
our Casper behind Jack's shoulder here that came to us via Manitoba's 2 Street Music.
Yeah. And if you like getting lost in a forest of amazing music equipment, that is a great place to go.
Great staff, fun people, might be haunted. Wee wee woo.
Very
I don't
friendly.
know how to make
Good
that
place.
sound effect. I need to get this other soundboard hooked up so I can have the sound
What
effects.
sound effect? Wee, wee, wee.
No, that's the gunfighter sound effect. I don't even know what I was going for. Yeah, no, that's the Clint Eastwood background noise.
Yep.
And yeah, so Manitoba's 2 Street Music in Eureka, California. They also, I think you can find them on the internets as well. Well
believe so,
worth
yep.
looking into.
Most things are on the internet nowadays.
If you have a hard time finding something, they can probably help you find it. Great folks.
Yes, indeed.
Locally family-owned business. Awesome staff. Courteous guys. They know what they're doing. And they're rad.
Yeah, I actually went in to pick up your birthday present at one point, and
Okay, that's twice you've mentioned that tonight. Are you trying to guilt me with something?
he mentioned to me that he wanted a Christmas present from me, and
No, I didn't
was
say I
reminding
wanted a
him
Christmas present from you.
that I
didn't
went in-
say that at all.
No, but this was different. This time I was actually just going to talk about my
James, Eureka
experience.
from Washington, D.C. is an entire country away.
How far is that? That is a good
Thousands
distance, my
and
friend.
thousands of miles.
That is a good distance. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to jog here. I'm sure you get a flight.
Can't walk.
So I didn't mention I wanted a Christmas present from you.
No.
It wasn't what I was saying.
You sound like it, but now the point is,
It wasn't the point at all.
I was shopping for his Christmas present recently, and I went in and I had no idea what I was doing, but I love going in there in the first place because I'm not a musician, but I do
thought you said
love
birthday
guitars. And
Did you
I was
finally
searching
buy
for your birthday
yourself a
present.
guitar?
No, I have a guitar.
Oh.
I have 2 guitars, but I don't have them at my house right now, and my baby would probably thrash them anyways. So I was in there, and I didn't quite know what to get him, and they knew all the questions I needed to ask, and I didn't know I needed to ask. And by the time I left, man, I had everything I needed, and he seemed pretty happy with the gift. So,
Oh, yeah.
except I got him a white guitar, and I'm pretty sure he explicitly said he did not want a white guitar.
Well, you told me you approached it like you were shopping for yourself, and I expected you to be shopping for yourself. I figured we just jammed together.
He was like, I wouldn't get a white guitar, and I looked at Anthony Cross there, and I was like, he said he doesn't want a white guitar, and he looks at me for a second, he goes, tell him to suck it up. We don't have it in another color, so does he want it in red?
It's so ridiculous. You shouldn't have spent that money. But
And I was like, yeah.
Anyway,
I'm like, whatever. We're
moving
doing
on.
this.
As we mentioned, Halloween is on its way, guys. Here's some fun pointers for Halloween. When you're out trick-or-treating, you grown-ass trick-or-treaters, because I'm hoping there's not a bunch of children listening to this. Please. If your kids are listening to this, it's not my fault. I've said many times this is adult content.
Yes, this is 18 and over.
I'm
people.
not against your kids listening to it if you're cool with that, but there's going to be some things said that you probably will not want them to repeat. But if there's some trick-or-treating going on, make sure you wear like some kind of like bright, flashy, reflective stuff.
Yeah, put on a reflective
especially if you're
vest.
trick-or-treating after night. Make sure you check your candy before you eat it,
Yeah.
because as we know after last week's episode, that's tantamount.
Yeah, you need to check it. Our mother actually checked our candy a lot when we were kids. Now she has diabetes, so you need to make sure kids don't get diabetes by checking it very thoroughly, okay? I think you should focus on the Twix.
I think we should roll that back and think about how you. I don't think that is how that works.
What do you mean?
That's not.
You don't just get diabetes from Halloween candy?
Not from checking Halloween candy. No, you get it from eating too much candy.
Yeah, but but 100% of people who got diabetes have eaten candy. So it's kind of it's correlation.
No.
It's causation
It's
as well.
Factual inaccuracy. Some people are born
Listen,
that way.
it's correlation and causality.
No, some people are born with diabetes, dude.
They probably checked some Halloween candy. You don't know that.
I know someone.
Maybe they checked it in the last
got
life.
diabetes from medication he took.
Maybe he got it from previous life.
Are you suggesting
maybe someone was walking around with Halloween candy and a karate dart and shot it into him?
Like the Dalai Lama of diseases.
Yeah,
it can just resurrect itself. And
follows you through.
Reincarnate.
You eat Halloween candy, you get diabetes.
I am 100% sure that's not at all how that works.
Why'd you have to ruin all of this by they could eat their kids' candy and pretend like they're doing something?
People to get the wrong impression about how to avoid diabetes
by eating Halloween candy.
I mean, you can definitely get it from eating too much Halloween candy. That's accurate. I'm just saying that's not the only place it comes from, and you certainly don't inherit it generationally.
I feel like it might.
Well, that's also not true. I mean, like spiritually generationally, not like generationally, like blood generation. Why are we still talking about this?
I'm not sure where we're going off on this.
The point we always go in every year is, hey, if you're going to party, we're all for it. We like to imbibe in our non-alcoholic artisanal waters. But if you are imbibing in something that's not just a non-alcoholic probe on the first date artisanal water, as I am, don't drink and drive, because you'll kill somebody, most likely.
Yes, please do not drink and drive ever.
Be safe. Party safe, guys. Party hardy.
The trick is to remember that when you're getting in a car and you're drinking, that you're not putting your life at risk. You are putting anyone else on the road at risk. Or on the sidewalk.
We asked folks to give us some movie recommendations for Halloween, and we have a listener email that I'm going to share with you. Now, this comes from Shay. I'm not going to say the last name because they didn't tell me I could. So, hi guys. Scary-ass movie that still haunts me today. John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. And then there's a link. Now, Prince of Darkness, I don't quite remember, but we're going to continue on this one.
If I remember correctly, that's the... Actually, if I remember...
a John Carpenter movie I can't remember. That weirds me out.
Wasn't Alice Cooper in that movie?
Maybe I do remember. Anyway, we'll continue to read the format, the email, and then we'll continue.
I think it was Allison Cooper who was in that movie. He was just he was a bit character.
Oh, this is a local. I didn't even realize this is someone locally.
Yeah.
It's 12:31 p.m. and I'm at the laundromat on Summer Street, and just looking up that link is giving me that creepy feeling. Anything to do with religion or paranormal stuff gets to me, but nothing like Prince of Darkness does. Not even The Exorcist. If you haven't seen it, please do. Exorcist we've absolutely seen. I know I've seen Prince of Darkness. By the way, check out The Taking of Deborah Logan, another link. It starts a little slow, but it's also creepy as fuck and has some, she says AF, or they say AF. I shouldn't assume it's a girl. Shay could go either way.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is a girl, though. I don't know why. Shay, if you're listening and you're not a girl, I apologize. It just seems that way. Mostly because you mentioned The Taking of Deborah Logan, and I don't know any dudes that are scared by that.
I have not seen The Prince of Darkness.
It starts a little slow, but it's creepy as fuck and has some surprises. Anyways, I like your podcast. Would like to hear more. Happy Halloween, Shay. Shay, thank you. You're rad, and we want to hear more from you.
Yeah, let us know.
And the rest of you. If you want to share stories with us, if you have horror movies you want to share with us, if you have experiences with the ghosts and the Bigfoots and all the possessions and whatnot,
all the Bigfoots people,
please email us.
Does Bigfoot
if
have
you're
pets?
Watching, it's really easy to see. I'll point downwards.
Do aliens have pets?
tellvgyourstories@gmail.com. Now, what are you saying?
No. Does Bigfoot have pets?
I have no idea. I
Do
guess.
aliens have pets?
Well, maybe. I mean, if you listen to Politis a lot, David Politis, it sounds like Bigfoot does keep pets temporarily. Little kids in the woods. Scoop.
Actually, I think
this one's not house trained.
Those are forest spirits.
This one's not cave trained.
I think he believes they're alien or forest spirit, not Bigfoot.
I don't know what he believes. He's just
if you actually
more.
The thing is a lot of people, they actually insult David Politis, but you don't need to, because he doesn't say he believes any of this stuff. What he says is he just brought all of these stories together that made no sense or had cooperating things happen in them from different places.
He alludes to
with
things,
specific
but he
things.
doesn't say anything directly, which I completely understand.
But he just says there's people disappearing. He doesn't know why, and he was just asked to look into it, and so he did. And he found the missing 411 isn't even the tip of the iceberg. That's just one of 7 books, and there's still thousands more out there that he hasn't even investigated.
Did you not see my post this morning?
No.
It was this morning or yesterday. So I ran out of toilet paper, so I started using lettuce.
It's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, there's something to that effect.
I've seen that one. But no, I mean, the thing about him is people just shouldn't really criticize him too much because it's not like he's out there saying these things are real. He's just... these stories you're hearing, when you read Missing 411 or you hear about it, a lot of people automatically say, oh, he's just a Bigfoot nut or something like that. No, listen to what the man says because these are legitimate stories. These are actual government-officiated stories from rangers, from people who've looked for people. These are stories that have been corroborated by people in the ranger service because these are actual things that happened that they don't explain. But he doesn't
talk about
say
this on the next episode because we're gonna go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
way
get into
far
it too
away
much.
because we do actually have a show to talk about
Yeah.
a topic, and we're already 20 minutes in.
Yeah, yes, let's go.
So, quick question though: did you look at any horror movies this week after, or I bring that up to Sagan after what Shay had wrote us on the email about horror movie suggestions? And folks, we still want your horror movie suggestions for sure.
I had one, and I was thinking about it earlier in the week, and I let it go in my head. I can't remember. It's The Void, I think it was.
The Void.
And it's about a group of people who get essentially some darkness starts to fall in an area, I guess, and there's like people have gone crazy, and then they get locked up in a hospital, and they get trapped in there with a doctor, a sheriff, and I think, and I don't remember the whole story because I
It's like
literally watched
Paranormal Clue.
essentially, and it's basically it's a Cthulhu mythos type of thing. It's like
okay.
Eldritch,
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
and a bunch of crap goes down. That's about the extent of what I got there.
Well, we don't want to give spoilers anyway. I started rewatching the second season of Scream Queens, which they need to make more of. Damn it. Jamie Lee Curtis is still a total Betty. And no, I haven't seen Halloween Kills yet. It's on my list. Give me time. It's been a long year.
Halloween Kills.
Anyway, did I tell you what happened to me today? I think I did.
No.
So I went to the laundromat because I still haven't replaced the fucking heating element in my dryer because I don't want to do that for the third fucking time. Hashtag Samsung blows all the goats by LG.
Samsung blows goats.
And we had done an oil change in the driveway like months ago, and I guess one of the oil canisters was still in the driveway. That sounds like someone's bringing me jalapeno poppers. You should probably get that. So the oil change was still, or the oil canister was still in the driveway, and I'm going to pull the laundry out of the van, and it had rained, and I slipped, and I hurt myself in a grand way.
In a grand way. Was it a good throw?
No, it fucking sucked. First my ankle went, then my knee went, and then I went to break fall and twisted my back because I did that whole freeze up real tight thing when you're startled by something, like an idiot. And yeah, thank God for Tylenol. Anyway,
Thank God for Tylenol. Oh, that's what I say. I should have taken some before I came here, speaking of which.
I have some aspirin right there if you'd like some.
It's these pressure systems that are coming in off the ocean.
The rain is going to be phenomenal this year. It would be great if I could finish decorating the yard for Halloween.
It'd be nice if it would actually rain consistently, but it hasn't started yet.
Okay, so Harvey in chat says, if you want to see a really sick indie film, look up Kissed. You know, you say sick indie film, Harvey, I probably will. Yeah. It reminds me of that one we talked about last week. I think I mentioned it last week where the zombie necrophilia thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go sick, why not just go straight to Sallow?
Saw's not sick. It's just stupid.
Sallow. And a Serbian.
Oh, no.
Just go sick if you can.
That is the thing we don't speak of on the show.
Straight to the end of it.
Do not bring that up. I fucking hate that movie.
Disgusting.
Whoever made that is disgusting. And no, we will not be talking about
that's the
Alec
proof that a
Baldwin
lot of
tonight,
people
aside from this previous comment.
that is the proof that a lot of people who make movies are out of their gourd. That movie, right? That alone is helpful in that.
All right, so we've done this. Did we talk about our second sponsor? I don't think we got there, did we?
We have not.
All right,
gotten to
we're
it.
also brought to you. We're totally together. I had notes, and that's what I get for not paying fucking attention to them.
We're brought by Lost Boys, the Jiu-Jitsu. It's great. You should do it too.
Lost Boys Jiu-Jitsu in Arcata, California. Train with the best. Highly recommend. 10/10. Do get smashed there.
Oh, yes. You probably will.
All Already did the Epstein.
I did.
Did the listener mail.
Wow, do we have a list of things
We
now?
have a local serial killer, apparently.
What?
Have you not heard this?
What?
Yeah, like in Blue Lake. Apparently somebody's killing homeless people on a particular trail in Blue Lake, California. 2 people, a couple months in a row. Boom, boom. I don't know the details. It just sounds like a serial killer to me.
Well,
It's vagrant people, the homelessness type folks. The folks that wander and move around with a lot of methamphetamines and
with the vagrancy?
dropping needles everywhere. Now, folks, look, I'm not mad at homeless people in general, but if you don't live in this area, shut the fuck up when I say something about homeless people.
I
because
swear to
it's
God, I
different
thought you were
here
about to
than
say I'm
fucking
not against
everywhere
murder.
else. No, that part's bad.
I thought you were about to say I'm not against murder, and I was like, wait, what? I thought we were.
I am. I've never liked Alec
Listen,
Baldwin. Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, good.
It's okay.
So,
Sly,
aside from
below.
the serial killer locally, one of John Wayne Gacy's victims actually got identified.
Did it?
Yeah. It was 30 years the parents didn't know what happened to their kid missing. And what happened was the Chicago Police Department, I guess it was, or whatever, whoever's taking care of it, might have been the FBI. I don't fucking know.
Wait, Chicago functions?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Okay. Got me worried there for a second there.
Anyway, not the point. So, Gacy had murdered this guy, and whoever their law enforcement agency said, hey, if you have missing relatives in this area and this time frame, just give us some of your DNA, and we're going to see. And sure enough, someone did actually ping for that, so they solved that crime. So it was weird, because thinking, normally you'd want closure, but in that situation, do you really want to know that?
Yeah, that's one of those things I'm not sure I would want to know.
That was something the wife brought up. Do you really want to know that's how they went out?
Wouldn't you kind of like to know at the end of the day? Wouldn't you like to just at least have an imagination at the end of the day in your head that they got away, that never happened, that they just ran off, and then they grew up, got happy, have kids, and you'll see them one day maybe or not at all.
Abducted by aliens or something,
Yeah, maybe they're getting probed
Gacy.
by aliens or Bigfoot, but they're not murdered by John Wayne Gacy. That's not something I would want to have known.
Yeah, no. We have another anniversary follower. Oh, Dave. Yeah, no, Dave, we're not sharing that hashtag. You're wrong.
No, you're incorrect. That was
completely wrong.
That
All
was
the way around.
absolutely on purpose.
There's no argument that Alec Baldwin is at fault. He had a firearm in his hand. It was his complete responsibility to check it.
People don't kill people. Firearms kill people. Everybody knows this.
People don't kill people. Alec Baldwin kills people.
Alec Baldwin shows up. He's like that dude from New Vegas. What is it? What's the character from New Vegas when you're playing Fallout that pops up? The Lone Wanderer.
I got a new update.
Oh gosh.
This just in. Alec Baldwin's friend Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself.
Ooh.
I fucking hate Alec Baldwin, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says about it, and he needs to go to jail for manslaughter. Fuck you, Alec Baldwin. You suck.
Yes.
I mean,
good. This is good.
No, totally. Just an accident. Blame everybody else.
Yes.
Anyway.
Whenever one of the things I was first ever taught, because I was taught by my friend Paul how to shoot, and the first thing he did was he looked at me, he goes, what do you do when you first get a gun? And he's like, I'm like, I don't know. He's like, check safety, check the slide, make sure everything's fine.
Don't fucking point it at things you don't intend to shoot.
Yeah. Aim it down, check it. Check the gun.
This guy was he literally tweeted guys, I'm only going to talk about this for a second because
Well, no,
it
hold
pisses
on.
me off so much I can't fucking stand it. This guy literally tweeted to somebody else, a cop that had shot somebody. I wonder how it feels to kill an innocent person. Well, Alec, now you fucking know.
And
now
I want to approach something in chat, James. The new version of Brandon Lee's story. Actually, that's incorrect because Brandon Lee was actually poisoned by a shot. Right? He was the concussion.
He got hit close range with the fucking powder pack from a blank. And they keep calling this a fucking prop gun. It's not a fucking prop gun if it fires bullets.
There's a reason they have an armorer. It's
People
a real
don't
weapon.
know anything about firearms irritate me. Go take a fucking firearms class if you're scared of firearms and learn, so the rest of us don't fucking die when you're flagging the production audience, the production crew. Fucking ridiculous. Yes, James, he probably is related to Dick Cheney. Good reference. I
Good
like
friends.
it.
Those two probably.
I'm not going to
close.
argue that. Anyway, back to the story. Anywho, enough of that. I'm going to relax my blood pressure meds.
You know, the fucked up part is we both have that issue.
It is pretty fucked up.
I have to take mine in 5 minutes, so I don't have them.
I don't really know what I wrote.
Don't kill me. Did you write? Did you do what I do when you write and you can't read your own damn handwriting sometimes?
Maybe.
Did you have a stroke while you were doing it? Because that happened to me once.
I might have been stroking while
It was all the way through high school.
Actually, I'm going to take that back because what we're talking about today is not something you should be stroking to.
Yeah, if you're doing that,
That's
you
pretty
know you're a
fucking
bad
dark.
person.
That was pretty bad. So, here's where we're at.
Gun meme review.
What?
Oh wait, we're not doing that.
We're not Brendan Herrera.
Dang it.
We're not doing that.
Thought
Sorry.
we were Brandon Herrera.
No. He's a beautiful long-haired Texan. Can wear a couple of fat, ugly
It's true.
crackers.
Where's that 50
in
at?
California? We're not going to go into that.
Okay, not bad.
Anyway.
I was just wondering if we could use our platform to pressure him into showing the 50 cal.
He's already made it.
He needs more updates on it.
We're not going to do this right now. Come on.
Fine.
We're talking about something terrible.
Fine.
This is our bread and butter. Horrible, horrible shit.
Horrible,
Or
evil
scary
things.
stuff, maybe. So, now, in the 70s. Oh, those are my notes. On January 15th, 1974, the Otero family, Joseph Otero, Julia Marie Otero, Joseph Otero Jr., and Josephine Otero were murdered. And for the record, guys, this is going to have some horrible, horrible content here. Just so you know, not that we're horrible. You already know that part. But this is going to get kind of gross. We're not going to go into too much detail about all of them. But we're going to, braze over it. I think there's going to be part 1 of a 2-part, part 4.
How long is this list?
10. List of 10. So, as far as we know. So, the Oteros, basically, Joseph Otero Sr. went out to his garage. And someone approached him with a firearm, got into the garage, bound him, suffocated him with a plastic bag. And guys, this does involve children being killed, just so you know. There's 2 of them that die. So just if you're cringy to that, skip 10 minutes ahead.
Skip.
So in Wichita, where the fuck is Wichita?
Isn't it Kansas?
Yeah, that sounds right. So Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita?
Why don't I know where Wichita is?
Is that Wichita? Is Kansas? Wichita?
God damn it. It's in Kansas.
Wichita?
It is Kansas.
Hey!
Anyway, so...
No. Wait, is it?
It's Kansas.
Oh, hey, look at me.
So Joseph Otero, he was 38 years old. His wife, Julie, was 34. Their daughter, Josephine, was 11, and Joseph Jr. was 9. So Joseph Otero, out in the garage, somebody approaches him with a gun, ends up talking him into the house, suffocates him with a plastic bag, suffocates Joseph Jr. with a plastic bag, tries to suffocate the wife, Julia. Couldn't do it, so he used a rope. And then Josephine, this is where it gets really more fucked up. The 11-year-old, he hung her from a pipe in the basement. And while she was asphyxiating, he decided it would be a good time to put some strokes in. This is not funny. Why are you laughing? I like how you turned your mic off. I don't like what you're doing, but I like you turned your mic off. Thankfully for that. Now, another fucked up part was the only surviving member of the Otero family that survived. Only surviving member. Charlie Otero, the 15-year-old son, he found their bodies after he came home from school. That's a fucking nightmare. That poor kid, Jesus fucking criminy. And he's not a kid anymore, obviously. He's an adult, but...
Wait, the youngest one?
No, the oldest found the bodies. Like Harvey and Chet says, Kansas for fuck's sake.
I know this is a story. This is a serious story. I have a dark humor brain, and the first thought in my head was every one of them was named Joe.
Fucking James in chat says, serious, bro. Stop laughing. Yeah.
I'm not taking it unseriously. I apologize. My dark brain immediately kicked in. Like, they're all Josephine. They're all Joe.
You know, James, 30 or 40 years is way too soon.
It's way too soon.
No, guys,
I did not mean to laugh. I'm sorry. That's why I turned off the mic and apologized.
I have what's called a gallows humor, and that's why we're funny and offensive at the same time.
It was just weird to me because okay, so here's what happened. The reason I laughed was because every one of our names is a J name.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And that's what made me laugh. It's like, oh, God, what if he has a problem with people with J names? He's going to hunt our family down eventually. And that was kind of where my brain went. It was automatically thinking he's going to kill all of us because we have J names.
So you have no idea where the story's going, do you?
Oh, I do. I do.
So
I like Rob Gavigan.
what?
Gavigan. He tells stories about.
Who are you
stuff
talking
like this.
about?
He's a YouTuber.
We're not doing other YouTuber stuff, bro.
No, I know we're not,
What are you
but
talking about?
people
People have done that to us.
people talk about stuff.
Strangely enough, people have done that to us. I don't know
People
what the
talk
fuck they
about
thought
us.
that was a good idea for. So now, on April 4th of 1974, a second victim, Catherine Bright, was claimed. Now, Catherine, not Catherine.
Catherine. I was like,
That's a Catherine.
what are you freaking?
Catherine Bright. Fuck me running. Anyway, she was a 21-year-old. She had her 19-year-old brother at home with her in Wichita.
Mike Tyson.
So they went in home, and someone was already inside, armed with a couple handguns. He forced the brother to tie up his sister, and then the guy used the rope to bind the 19-year-old to bed. When the kid, Kevin, tried to escape, the brother, the guy strangled the teen and shot him twice in the head. After shooting Kevin, the guy strangled Catherine to death. The young woman fought really hard for her life, and the guy ended up stabbing her multiple times and fleeing the scene. Now, Catherine actually crawled to the phone and called the police, but she did perish. Now, Kevin did survive. Strangely enough, he got shot twice in the head, and don't pick a fight with Kevin.
Yeah, you're
what
not
we take
getting
away
very
from
far
this.
there with him, are you?
That is nightmarish and horrible. I don't know.
I was wondering why it was on the list over there. I was like, what's going on there?
No, look, I didn't go any further into how Kevin ended up because just the horror of it. I don't go into victims' families and what they're doing usually because, first of all, I would want to contact them if they're still alive, and that's probably not a great thing to do. I'm sure they've been blown up by media outlets and shit forever. Now, obviously, fucking people are starting to go a little weird here. Now, 3 years later, Shirley Ruth Vian Relford, 24-year-old, lived on Wichita, was also strangled with a rope. Now, it just doesn't get better. Like, it doesn't go well. Now, this is while her freaking children were locked in the bathroom.
Yeah. I'm reading
The guy
this.
went in with the gun,
This explains a lot, though.
had the kids go into the bathroom. He knocked and said he was a private investigator. And so he ended up put her in a weird bondage position, plastic bag over her head, and then tied a rope around her neck. The kids tried to get out. Eventually, one of the kids did, but by then it was too late. And that's the last of the victims I'm going to read directly from my notes because it's just going to, I mean, we can go from the next episode. We'll go there. We'll go probably a part 2. I might just do a part 2 tomorrow. Because it gets kind of dark and I need a little bit of levity here and there, you know?
Yeah. With this, it actually kind of makes sense why this took so long. They couldn't get a lot of information off of it. Because if you look at it, it's actually kind of telling to see why they had a problem. Because in the first case, he killed everybody except for one, right? And that was because they weren't there. In the second case, he shot someone and he stabbed them, which isn't the MO. Serial killers usually have like a tell, you know, they do like certain things because most times what's happening is in the brain of the serial killer. I think the theory is that the serial killer is always kind of working towards getting caught a little bit. Like they don't like what they're doing per se, so they kind of hate themselves. So they actually do kind of work towards their own end. In some sort of way. So when they're building a profile for someone, that's why they couldn't catch the Zodiac killer because he just killed anybody. He was an indiscriminate murderer. He didn't care. He blonde, brunette, male, female. He had no tell whatsoever. He had nothing that was like a link to him. And what happened with this one was there was zero tell. He stabbed someone, he shot someone, which is weird because he strangled everyone else. And then you notice he went right back to it again. But this time, instead of killing the children, he locked them in the bathroom. And then he proceeded to do what he wanted to do, which is out of what he was doing previously or what he had done. And then it looked like in the next few, it was the same thing. There was no real tell for him.
Here's the other thing. Like, now, there was a
Other than
surviving
the strangling.
victim. There was a surviving victim, aside from the brother, Kevin. But we'll get into that in the next part of part 2 of this. So, this person would contact media outlets and newspapers.
Yeah.
And describe in graphic detail what they had done. We're not going to the name yet, but the name of the killer. Now, this person is captured. He's in captivity.
Yep.
He is currently, hopefully, getting filled full of semen from people he doesn't want to fill him from the back with semen from in prison.
That would be something.
That is my hope.
I mean,
I hope he's really getting turned out in the clinky. I hope he's being used as a human fifi bag. So, I hate people that hurt kids. So, one of the most fucked up parts was the first family he killed.
hold on, I want to mention
The family killed. Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
The reason he went after them was for the daughter, the 11-year-old. That was his original target in the first place. That was what he was going for. And as we've said on the show, if you hurt kids, I fucking hate you.
Yeah, no, he's not a medic.
I'm glad to fight you if you hurt kids. Like, that's just how it is. And anybody wants to fight me on that, I don't give a shit.
Here's the thing: there's a lot of people that they would say, "Oh, I want to kill these people." I wouldn't want him to be Epstein. What I want is for every once in a while, or for constantly, the cameras to be off, and some horrible, horrible things to be allowed to happen to him constantly. I want him to stay alive so that he can suffer these horrible, horrible things over and over again for the rest of his life, his natural life.
Well, as we find out later,
that he might spend 100 years being turned out by other prisoners.
This fellow did actually like to be taken pictures of, as we'll get to in the next installment of this part 4.
My only hope is he has no
We're gonna
natural
have a
teeth
part
left
4,
or
part
working
2
jaw.
of bad people. So,
But no, James in chat mentioned progression of his method of killing people. They slowly progress in the manner in which they kill people.
that's not always true.
He started off where he was at, though. That's what I was saying. Is he started off with strangling people. He strangled 4 people immediately, and then he went straight to stabbing and shooting, which makes no sense because he'd already actually progressed to where he was going to go anyways.
This also leads into the killer's preferred nickname.
Steve?
BTK. Bind, torture, kill. He actually wanted that to be his nickname. But we'll progress further in that in the next part.
Well, that's one of the things to talk about is that he actually already started off where he was. He didn't want to go any further than that. So it just doesn't make sense to me that he would also like stab and shoot someone.
Well, okay, look, if you're going to kill somebody, you're going to kill somebody. This person, as you'll see in the next part, guys, if you don't know about the story, he is just a fucking animal. He has he doesn't have any compunction to understand what he's doing is horrible and disgusting. Mm-hmm. He knows it's bad, but he doesn't give a shit. He is a true psychopath. And you'll get to look into him actually testifying against himself in court.
Yeah.
He admits to it.
He's a megalomaniac. That's all he was.
Harvey in chat says, "No, I'm craving a BLT." No, Harvey. It's a BTK.
BTK.
You're definitely not craving a BTK.
Wrong.
Oh, wait.
Don't crave either of those.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato.
Yes.
BL. Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Thank
sense.
you. The killing of animals, that makes me wonder about scientists. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, so, no, James, in chat, a lot of serial killers do not start off by injuring and killing animals and slowly grew to humans. That's part of the McDonald triad, and it's a load of horse shit. It's been disproven. Soapbox again.
That theory, if that was true, look at Son of Sam. He listened to a dog.
Is said to have tortured small animals, and we'll get into that on the next episode. We'll talk more about this particular individual's upbringing and what he's said, what he's done. Anyway, he ended up having 10 victims that we know of. And I'm sure it's probably only 10 because he was pretty open and honest about what he did.
Yeah, he wasn't messing around.
This motherfucker hid in
like,
plain
no,
sight,
talk
too.
About that.
He hid in plain sight. And for 30 years, he terrorized motherfuckers in Wichita.
He was pretty
which
much
I
a monster.
literally only know the word Wichita from like a Seven Nation Army from fucking the White Stripes. I'm pretty sure it's in that one, right? I'm going to Wichita. Is that what he says, or am I misunderstanding the lyric? I might be misunderstanding the lyric. Now, folks, again...
No, wait. He doesn't say I'm going to Wichita, does he?
I think he does.
I think he says I'm going to rip it off.
He might be.
I'm going to work it off?
Maybe I just misheard that lyric. I'm going to have to look it up after
Does anyone know Does anyone know the lyrics to Seven Nation Army?
Is
Because
Jack
currently
White
do
saying?
not.
If you're Jack White and for some reason you're watching this fucking show, email us. Tell VG your stories at gmail.com.
Let us know. Let us know.
Again, folks, we want to hear your stories of the Paranormal Explained. Please share this. If you're watching the live stream, please like it. And make sure you guys double check, because I think we've lost some followers over the Facebooky thing.
Yeah, we lost.
And we've definitely lost. I know we have followers that just do not get notifications at all when we're live.
Yes.
They just don't anymore. I've
Well,
had
but-
people I know personally tell me, "Hey, yeah, we don't see that when you're live." One of them is our mother. And
Yeah.
been a long
we need to tell her
time,
constantly when we're live, and we just
person
never
on the
understood
show.
why.
Yeah.
Never understood why that one. It's like we usually, you should get notifications, but whatever.
Yeah. But
There's a new release to a video game I play.
so what?
Phasmophobia.
Oh, there's more Phasmophobia.
There was.
Are you going to
an
do a
update.
Halloween video game review then?
It's a good game. I don't really have a review for it.
So we've talked about this before. It's a ghost hunting game, right?
Yeah.
Except the ghost can kill you, which doesn't make any sense. In
Yeah,
reality.
it confuses me because I've never heard of like a story where a ghost actually killed anyone.
Well, think about it. We had Rex Williams on the show, and he got attacked by that entity at a place in Thailand.
Oh, that's true.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And I actually trust Rex. So if he tells me he got attacked by something he couldn't see, I believe it. I'm not going to question that guy on that one.
No, I mean, it's a good game. You hunt ghosts. You get different equipment. You need to find out like what their hints are or what their clues are, and then you put it all together, find out what the ghost is, and then you leave. And you have small little objectives on the side that you have to do, but basically your job is to get in there, figure out what it is, and get out before it gets pissed off enough to kill you. And it's essentially the gig. I'm not sure how anyone lives in any of these buildings, but yeah, there's actually a funny YouTube video about that where the guy shows up the day after. And he's like, "Oh, ignore the body of my friend in the basement." The what? And try not to say anything too loudly; might piss it off. It's like what?
So what you're saying is
good video.
Zach Bagans wouldn't survive in that game.
Zach Bagans is dead in 6 seconds, depending on what difficulty he's playing.
He'd be out like talking to the ghost. Do you even
By the
lift,
Chris
ghost?
Name.
Do you even lift?
It's like, come on, show yourself.
Chugging
Show me what you got.
creatine, showing his abs off and shit.
Lights start flashing. It starts coming at him down the
More shit than we
hallway.
do.
Oh man, I don't know.
So, folks, again, it's Hollow Weekend. It's the Hollow Week.
Oh yeah,
It is a season of miracles.
that's it.
Make sure you stop by the
No, season's almost
Toys for
over, isn't it?
Tots Marine Corps gift thing to give candy to the children that are underprivileged for Halloween.
Yes.
Oh wait, that's that other holiday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the other creepy one
No.
that originally had trick or treating costumes in America.
Did it now?
We talked about this. Yeah, we talked about this.
Okay.
I know it's been 5 years. It's hard to keep track of everything we've talked about.
Yes.
I'm just glad my beard's coming
Solid.
back in full fury here.
Yeah, I had to shave mine
Miss
down
it.
because it was driving me insane.
You have a beard?
Yes,
I thought you just had one really long braided pube. You just keep rolling around your face with spray paint.
It's disgusting. I hate you. Forever now. Okay.
Word.
Good.
Word. You hate me now. That's
Yeah.
not nice. So yeah,
Anywho.
folks. I gotta go check out that movie now that Shay had told us to check out.
Prince of Darkness. I saw a review for it once. It doesn't look too bad.
I've seen it. I just don't remember it.
It doesn't look. It doesn't look. It doesn't look bad. It's not my cup of tea. I watch like a lot of YouTubers and I like review sites and stuff like that. Do you watch Foundflix?
No.
I watch
no
that a
idea what
lot.
that means.
But the one I like personally, there's one. His name is Deus Deacon, and he does like a Cthulhu month, and it's on there because it's technically a dark movie. It's connected. It's not. It's about like a religious thing, but he connects it anyways to the Cthulhu myth list for some reason.
I tried to watch a movie recently, and I just couldn't get in. I can't remember what it was. I'll talk about it probably on. Are you gonna be here tomorrow for the show?
We're doing a show tomorrow.
Yeah, we got to do part 2 of this.
Oh,
Part 2 of this, part 4.
I talked about that.
Part 4, part 2.
It's past 8.
Bad
We'll be
people.
fine. We just.
Yeah, we knew
I think we'll be
past 8.
doing
It's fine.
8 and
8
past
o'clock.
from now on.
That's fine. Well, except for we can't on
Halloween.
Sunday because Sunday is H Day.
Samhain.
We have to give out candy while we live stream from the front yard.
Shouldn't.
And Saturday we're doing the pumpkin carving at the house here.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well, there you go.
so folks.
Perfect.
Oh, Lamageddon. Awesome. Just
What?
kidding. Didn't watch it. I made my kid watch it and review it for me.
What?
It's a movie called Lamageddon. I don't know. It just seemed like something she would watch. So I said, hey, I want you to write a review. She wrote like a 4-page review of it.
I hear
Like,
they're
it was a
rebooting the
joke.
Resident Evil movies.
Thank God, because the first ones were garbage.
Those weren't even close to the actual
They
story.
were
It was
so
such
stupid.
trash.
I hate those movies.
Trash.
But folks, please like, follow, share, subscribe. Send us your stories of ghosts and the unexplained. Tell your friends to send us their stories of the unexplained and the paranormal, true crime, any of that. If you know the serial killer in Blue Lake, let us know, because that would really help our
Movies.
local law enforcement.
Anything you want to tell us.
That just
how much you
slipped right
hate
by
us.
you, didn't it? I thought that was legit.
A serial killer. I don't want to make a serial killer mad. So no, don't tell me nothing. I don't want to know.
You're not homeless. You're fine.
I don't want to know. I don't want him to be like, you know what? I got a taste for fat men. No, thank you.
Fat guy strangler from Family Guy.
Fat guy strangler. A fat man.
Lose 40
I'm
pounds
good.
or die.
These 40 pounds would die.
God, that's a horrible concept.
I don't want
If I
that.
lose 40 pounds tomorrow, I would die.
It's like, I'm going to kill this guy now because he knows too much. Be like, I don't know anything. I just know it exists.
Yeah, please share our show with your friends. If you want to be a guest on the show and talk about your encounters or whatnot, again, email us. Tell VG your stories at Gmail. I wrote the fucking email. You'd think I'd know what it is. Tell VG your stories at gmail.com. If you're a psychic, if you are telepathic, if you can bend spoons with your mind, that part I won't believe, but you could try. You're welcome to come on the show. Well,
Give us a
contact
shout.
me and then come on the show.
Well, you know what? And remember,
see.
we treat anyone who
We
comes
will
on our show
absolutely
with
treat
respect.
you with respect. I didn't tell you about the crazy chick at the laundromat today.
Nope.
We're going to end on this one because this is some, I want to say it's outside the normal, but yeah. So I had mentioned that my dryer is broken, so I had to go to the laundromat across the street. I'm on the phone with my wife, and there's this Mexican American, a tweaker chick, just hanging out doing her laundry. And she got really mad because she didn't realize her crack pipe was in, I guess, a pocket of her clothes, and it went into the dryer. And it broke.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's so sad. It's not like she will
Tragedies.
just smoke crack out of something funnily later. It'll be fine. So she set it on the folding counter at the laundromat. And she's probably 10, 15 feet from me. And again, I'm on the phone with my wife during her lunch break.
Mm.
And she says, "Hey, what are you calling the cops?" I think is what she said, because it was hard to understand. I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't hear you," because I really didn't at first. And then it occurred to me. You guys, you know how like sometimes you hear something and it takes a minute for your brain to register what the fuck you just heard?
Yeah, because you're in the middle of a conversation with someone else.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Do you need me to call the police for you? She's like, because I thought maybe she was in duress, and then I look and I see her fucking crack pipe. I'm like, oh, she's a tweaker. And she's like, just stay over there, stay away from me. I'm like, not a problem. You stay the fuck over there, tweaker lady, and don't come in. And this is what I said to her. I said, you stay over there, tweaker lady, and don't come anywhere near me. I don't need your meth on me. You stay over by that dryer. I'm going to stay over here by my dryer. I'm on the phone. Be a tweaker somewhere else. And she decided to continue to be a tweaker in the laundromat. So she went to the attendant at the laundromat, because they have someone that works there, a very nice gal, who will actually fold clothes and stuff for people if they want that done. They charge by the pound, I think, to fold them. And just attend the laundromat. And so this chick is like weird the whole time, this other chick. She'd gone over and talked to her. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. So I hang up the phone with my wife. I'm done talking to her. This chick's still like watching me. She's looking at she goes outside and looks at my car. She's like looking at my shit. I'm like, I'm done with the dryer. I'm like, okay, it's time to go. I got like 3 dryers that are just about done. We got a minute left. So I'm putting my clothes in, move the clothes into the van, avoiding this crazy tweaker bitch as much as possible. And I'm like, I should probably let the laundry attendant know that this bitch is crazy, as though she didn't already know, right? So I go over to the laundry attendant. I'm like, hey, so here's what's going on with this crazy chick. And she's like, yeah, it was weird. She walked up to me and said, hey, you need to call 911. And the laundry attendant's like, why would I do that? What's going on? And she just walked away. And apparently she kept asking random people for rides around the laundromat.
Around the laundromat, or
Just in the laundromat. Like just people
like asking people
in
for
the
rides,
laundromat. You're like, hey,
comma,
can you give me a ride?
around the laundromat.
Can you give me a ride? Can you give me a ride? The people around the laundromat she was asking rides from,
Oh, okay.
to clarify.
Didn't ask you though, I assume.
No. And I would have said fuck off.
You already made your feelings well known to her.
Yeah.
about her
Well, I was
tweakers.
very vocal about it when I was on the phone. I don't know, some tweaker bitch is trying to fucking start something with me. I don't know. She needs to stay over there. I was loud because I don't deal with that shit, dude. I'll be fucking rude about it. My last job that I recently left, I had to go door to door, and I knocked on the dude's door. You know, they didn't answer, and some guy like on the next house across the walkway because they lived in like duplexes, and it was like an apartment duplex setup. He came out and he started following me, and I crossed the street, and he didn't realize I knew he was fucking following me. And keep in mind, you know, I'm on record with law enforcement locally and city council to know that I'm doing this. I have a peddler's permit because I'm going door to door. You have to. And I called my supervisor and really loudly so the guy could hear me across the street. I'm like, hey, I got this fucking old guy stalking me. Should I call the cops or should I just hit him in the face? And the guy turned around and went back home real fast. It's like,
Oh, you seem aggressive there.
I was very aggressive. Like three people that were like in the vicinity started laughing because I guess this guy does that to people. But I don't have a problem with that shit. I'll call somebody out loudly over the phone to someone else so they get embarrassed. It's the easiest way to do it. It's just fun. It's fun. It's good times.
Gosh.
Anyway, so that's why I'm not scared of zombies. Welcome to the jungle.
Oh God! This
Anyway,
town,
folks, we will be doing a show tomorrow, 8:00 ish.
I suppose, yeah.
Okay, and we will continue part 2 of our BTK. So part 2 of part 4 of our Bad People series, and then we will move on to something more paranormal for the Hollow Weekend. What? Why is there a dying giraffe in the
I don't
vicinity?
know. I'm glad you caught that reference.
Yeah, dumb thing to think I wouldn't catch. So, folks, thanks for watching. Please, again, share this, like it, check out our podcast format. We're on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all the different podcasting formats. I do have to contact somebody because I got notified that they had added us to their podcast channel. And I have never heard of their website before, and so I messaged back. So, hey, let me get this straight. Without my permission, you're just adding me and my content to your website. And they responded back with an auto response.
Might have been a fake thing. So.
It probably was. And they're like, sorry, we have hundreds of people we're trying to get back to for customer service. I'm like, yeah, because you keep stealing people's fucking content.
Don't put me on your website. I don't like you. Sonny doesn't talk shit about them the entire
I don't mind
time.
if they're legit, but they need to fucking get my permission first or our permission first.
Just gotta have a header or a banner above it that says "Don't put us on your fucking website unless we say you
It was
can."
probably a scam. But anyway, folks, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate you. We love you. You want to do your thing there, Jack?
Goodbye, everybody.
And as always, good nightmares.
Doop.
Podcast, folks. Get more content
For like half a second worth of content. Like
Anyway,
nothing
guys,
we're actually doing.
We
here.
still love you. Bye.
Yeah, you gotta go though. Get the fuck out of here.
We gotta bounce.
Yeah.
It's a hard bounce time.
Leave.
What are you still doing here? The movie's over.
The movie's ended, guys. Come on. Come back tomorrow.
Wearing a robe.
Okay.
Do you have a Halloween costume prepped?
I have no Halloween costume actually.
I do. I got 3 containers of Halloween costumes for you to go through, bro. Anyway, all right, bye, guys. See you later.
Bye, everybody.